Australian shoppers are hoping a review of the nation's supermarkets will deliver greater transparency and lower prices. Billion-dollar profits have sparked claims of price gouging by Coles and Woolies at a time when families and farmers can afford it the least.
Customers are doing it tough at the checkout, but supermarket profits have never been higher. Coles and Woolworths are more than $1 billion in the black, and consumers are feeling ripped off.
They suddenly pushed everything up.
They seem to screw the farmers, I must say, particularly with milk.
Kind of fluctuates every week, so you don't know what you're going to be spending.
The Prime Minister putting grocery giants on notice, appointing Labor stalwart Dr Craig Emerson, a minister in the Rudd and Gillard governments, to review the industry's voluntary code of conduct.
Farmers are providing produce at cheaper levels, but that isn't being passed on to consumers, and it's not good enough.
Anthony Albanese is open to making the code mandatory and strengthening consumer protections to take some of the strain off family budgets.
It's not acceptable to see record profits at a time when people are doing it so tough.
This is all about bringing prices down, not reviewing what supermarkets are doing.
Farmers who took on the supermarkets over $1 a litre milk and won warn producers will pack up and leave if they aren't given a fairer deal.
And a lot of farmers, if they come to retirement age or at a certain time in their life, look at the whole value of that business and say, well, it's easy to sell up rather than continue to operate that business.
Price-setting methods and market power will also be under the microscope. A Senate inquiry into supermarket behaviour will resume within weeks. The Emerson review will report back after the federal budget in May. In the meantime, shoppers are asking the supermarket giants to show goodwill and ease the pressure every time they line up at the checkout.
And I'm 19, I don't have much money anyway.
Cut back, try and find savings, buy the cheaper cuts of meat.
Would you like to see them bring prices down a bit?
Always.
Cameron Redden's Sky News, Canberra.
And Australian supermarket giant Woolworths has released a statement in response to the review. It reads, "The supermarket price of fruit and veg is determined by what we pay our farmers for each variety. We pay farmers the market price for their produce, which can vary throughout the year due to weather, seasonality, supply and demand. We're always working to strike the right balance to ensure our customers have access to high quality and affordable fresh produce, while also ensuring our suppliers receive a fair market price." And joining me now live is Ross Marsolino from Natural Earth Produce in Victoria's Goulburn Valley, who earlier this year walked away from a $2 million harvest because of the strain of those costs. Ross, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. First, can I just get your reaction to that response by Woolworths that we've just read out? They say that they pay farmers the market price for their produce. Has that been your experience?
No, that's a lot of hogwash. Totally a lot of hogwash. Just a way of getting around. It's all rubbish. Yeah, Woolies this week to bluff the consumer. They got zucchinis at $1.83 each. I've never seen anything being retailed like this. If you put 4 or 5 zucchinis together, you weigh a kilo. Coles are at $6.90 a kilo. Their numbers work out the same. They're just bluffing the public. Since when do you sell a zucchini by each at $1.38 each to be on special? So look, this is why I suppose I'm complaining. We're getting $22. We're getting $2.20 a kilo. Coles are retailing $6.90 a kilo. Woolies were as well. Now they've come up because they've got a little bit of pressure on them, and they're retailing at $1.38 each. I've never seen anything like it. So that report that Woolies have given, market price, paying market price, that's fair. We're not getting market price. Regardless of what the price they're paying, they're retailing at a lot higher than what they're paying. This is what this is all about. They can talk about paying market price. I understand all of that. If they pay $3 a kilo, retail at $3.99. Don't retail at $7.99. So what are they arguing about? How are they defending themselves? They're not defending themselves. All they're talking about is they're telling lies. Paying market price. We understand that. We're getting $2.20 a kilo, but don't retail at $1.38 each, and don't retail at $6.90 a kilo. Simple.
Yeah, and you can understand your frustration. That you can absolutely understand your frustration.
Well, we're
you
losing
walked
money.
away.
95
You're losing
acres.
money.
We've probably done.
You walked away from an 80-acre zucchini crop. That was $2 million harvest because of Australian beef costs.
Cost us $600,000 to put that crop in.
Farmers? Yeah.
What's he going to do?
Do you think we'll see more farmers walk away?
100%. 100% they will. I'm 61. Our younger generation doesn't want to take over. Why would they want to take over? They're better off going and getting a job. Yes, to put a little bit of pressure on the government. The government's to answer as well. Yes, I understand Mr. Albanese's defending everything now, but look, you need to go in there and see what the supermarkets are doing, see what they're paying growers, see what they're retailing at. You'll see where's all this profit come from. It comes from us farmers supporting the system. All I believe is we need to be paid a fair price. The consumer needs to pay a fair price. Supermarkets need to make a little bit less profit. Simple.
As we know, an inquiry into supermarket prices has today been announced by the government. What do you hope it achieves?
What I hope it achieves is that, yes, the supermarkets are accountable to be able to, yes, all right, we have to cop the price that we have to cop. I understand all of this, but what I want to come out of this is that the actual consumer pays less for the product. All right, if we're paid $6 a kilo, understandable, we've lost all our product, $6 a kilo, supermarket price, the consumer has to pay, for argument's sake, $7 a kilo, $8 a kilo. But in these circumstances, the supermarkets aren't paying a lot of money for the product. They're paying cheap for the product. They're paying sometimes below our costs, sometimes just above to give us a little bit of profit. Supermarkets, Coles, Woolies, Aldi's, Costco's, all of them are retailing too high for the product. I want them to be accountable. I want them to be accountable for the profit that they're advertising they're making. You know, is it all about giving shareholders profit? But what about farmers? Without us farmers, what have we got? Are we going to buy the produce from overseas? Is this what we're going to do?
No, look, we certainly don't want to see that. Ross Marsolino, as I said, we can understand your frustration and we're going to be keeping in touch with you, and let's await the findings of this inquiry. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.